shame is such a powerful emotion, a strong, I mean, there are plenty of books about just how it can dictate the course of your life and your actions and your behavior. And so much is driven by shame, and so much of who we are is just our attempts to hide that little piece of ourselves that can never be seen. At least it's been a common experience amongst people I've talked to and friends. I'm sure you get a high volume of it. And so, yeah, it was exciting and really scary to try and make something that dealt with that head on. And that's how I've been feeling in my personal life, just even though it's kind of a blur between my work and my personal life now. But I've been trying to have conversations that I'd never had, and trying to deal with shame, and trying to restructure my relationship with God to speak constantly and emotionally. You know, it's hard to like have intention in every tweet, in every post, in every.
Should we? Is the question.
Yeah. Well, it's even more powerful than the words spoken in a private setting, you know, because it's something that is, even if you have one follower, you know, it has the potential of being seen and expressed amongst others. So like, you know, your intention reads, and I question that a lot. I mean, we could go down and on for hours and hours about like its effect on us, and like, you know, even just thinking about even myself when I'm on like Instagram on my little private IG, right? I have a decent group of friends that I follow, and it's so abnormal to catch up or have the illusion of catching up with all of them, you know, like constantly on loop. There are people sometimes that I see that I feel like I've seen, but I haven't actually had that experience with them. I've only had like this experience with the representative that's, you know, on close friends or whatever, you know, and it's just not like expressing that much. Like I have this theory that we all are kind of becoming our own news channel. Like we're all the news, and we're all CNN or Fox or whatever, and we all have to fill the time. Like we have to fill the space. Like and the more you do it, the more inclined you are to do it. And again, it's just hard to keep that married to intention. You know, like the sheer volume. If you just speak, if I wake up in the morning, I just speak all day and I never pause, it would be difficult to promise that everything I say would have as much intention. Because just the sheer volume. Things change. You know, your my opinion on an album, for instance, even just something as trivial as like, you know, my feelings toward a song or an album, or whatever, like it changes. It changes over the course of a week. It changes through how I listen to it. You know, I imagine if I were just talking publicly about Kendrick's last album, which I went from not understanding to not liking to only liking the interludes to then listening to it while I was getting a mani-pedi, and I turned the volume halfway down so I could like actually like hear the words. I had to focus on the words. Something about like the lower volume made me pay attention more, and like hearing what he was saying and then being in love with the album. And those tweets would have been a roller coaster. Like just like of emotion if I put that out like constantly, because your thoughts towards something should like change and evolve, and like sometimes it may take a little while to reach stable ground.